Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck.
I will remember you.
Hey guys, do y'all have any basics in your deck? Just wondering. Turn 2 has come and gone.
Well,
Turn
you know
3
what? So it's just both 1/1 mirrors?
Yep.
It's the same mirrors in here. Let a mirror, dude.
Yeah. Yep. I passed the turn.
You would be a fool to do all of that to me.
You'd be a fool to do all that to me.
You'd be a fool to do all that to me.
It sounded good when Larry said it. It sounded weak when I said it. Take it away, Larry Bear. Take it away.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
That is a healthy board state. I will top and think.
Okay, let's not forget those triggers.
Yeah.
If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out.
Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. We want to give you the true LGS experience. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck. Time for more spicy Magic. I got a great group of people with me here today. And as always, I just love playing paper Magic with my friends.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Larry. Excited to be back here, playing with some cats that I've never played before. That's going, dude. I'm stoked.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Joe, active duty military, patron of the show, back again. Yeah, we're looking forward to slinging some spells and hopefully doing something.
What's going on, everybody? It's Ray. I'm a patron. I'm the personality hire here for the show. I'm excited to play Magic and maybe, just maybe, win a game.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Definitely, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's talk about rules here a little bit. We did have a bit off-camera talk just because sometimes that happens. I'm excited to play Ayara, First of Lochwin. Whenever Ayara, First of Lochwin, or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Then has a key crucial second ability. Sacrifice another black creature, draw a card.
Tap it.
Tap it.
Sacrifice another
Tap it,
black
sacrifice
dude.
it.
Yeah.
I have, I think, 4 tutors in there because I just checked. Diabolic Intent, Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Imperial Seal. So there's a bunch of tutors in here. Otherwise, the big win cons is like, getting our Army of the Damned so I can make 13 zombies to do 13 damage with her and then do to all of you and 13 gain life with me. So this deck kind of has it's an aristocrat, so I'm trying to have my creatures die to do damage to you guys, or have your creatures die if that also helps me, depending on what I have on the board state. And then I'm also about gaining life. I have Aetherflux and Bowl of Citadel in here, but I don't run Sentry's Top, so I'm not doing the whole combo to go nuts. Aetherflux definitely just helps me with Bowl of Citadel so I don't die if I keep blowing my life out. I recently did add Kirik in here, because that sometimes has been helping me when I do get mana screwed and I don't have enough mana, so getting him to then pay life, so then the life gain also becomes really important. Depending on how the deck plays out, either I might gain a lot of life or those cards, evade us this game and I don't gain any life. It's a fun mono black aristocracy deck.
I'm looking to play Etali Primal Storm, which is a 6/6 legendary elder dinosaur for 6 mana in mono red. And whenever Etali Primal Storm attacks, exile the top card of each player's library. Then you may cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs. So
Scary
far,
Larry has a scary commander.
kinda. It's pretty random and does all the things that I really like about mono red. Go fast and play a very different game every time. So I might get stuff off of your guys' libraries. I might get crazy things off of mine. I'll probably be taking extra combats or hoping to. And this guy is definitely must remove as far as threats go. I don't get to attack with him very often. My play group got hip to that really quick. Mike's seen this deck. I cast Ulamog on turn 2. New Lamog, I exiled 2. Yeah, so I exiled 2 of my buddy's lands. Mike was one of them.
He wasn't too happy.
Yeah, but I lost that game.
Sean was not too happy about it.
Sean
Sean was like, turn 2, Olamog, really, Larry?
Sean almost scooped on turn 2, and it came full circle because he killed me.
Turn 2?
Yeah. No, it was like the perfect confluence of rituals and fast mana, and it was pretty broken, yeah. But like I said, I ended up losing the game because people are smart. This is that deck a little bit, but it plays very different every time. The one constant is this guy gets killed on sight. You should probably do that.
I feel that.
I do need to make sure everyone's good with it. We're all good with proxies, right?
100%, man. I want you to have fun on this show. I want to see interesting, creative brews. And I don't want you to be restricted by money. Instead, it's like, you should only be constricted by what you can brainstorm.
Good, because the reason I'm asking is almost my entire deck is proxied, except for like 90% of the land base. So yes, I'm going to be playing Ixhel, Scion of Atraxa. It's a 1 and white, black, green. She is a 2/5 legendary Phyrexian angel with flying, vigilance, and toxic 2. She also has corrupted. At the beginning of my end step, each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters exiles the top card of their library face down. I may look at and play those cards for as long as they remained exiled, and I can spend mana as though it's mana of any color to cast those spells. Basically, it's Infect Toxic deck. Plays lots of Infect creatures, plays lots of Toxic creatures. I don't run any tutors other than like fetch lands because I'm not a huge fan of tutors. I like the randomness of my deck. There's nothing like, there's a couple of proliferate cards, like the sword that proliferates is in there. It's gonna be spicy. Это будет горячее.
At the Buddha Grace?
Garachi. Hot Garachi. It's either gonna be hot or spicy.
Yeah, it sounds like
that one.
I know.
Это будет Garachi. No, who knows? But это будет Garachi.
I'm really excited about this commander. This is a Mir tribal commander. So this is Urtet, Remnant of Menmark. He costs 3 colorless. He's a legendary Mir. And he says, whenever you cast a Mir spell, create a 1/1 colorless Mir artifact creature token. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I get to untap each Mir I control. And then I can play Wooburg and tap it and put 3+1/+1 counters on each Mir I control. And I can activate that only during my turn. So the game plan is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna play a buttload of Mirs and then pump them all up and then try to swing at someone. It's trying to go wide, it's trying to make a bunch of tokens. I have Jewel Lotus in there, I have a couple of tutors. I have like 25 Mirs in there, so.
I got Jewel Lotus too, she costs 3.
Exactly, so in my head that makes perfect sense to me. Mirs are really cool when they finally made a Mir commander. I'm trying to commit
I'm super
Mirder.
excited.
Ray, I see you with the offbeat tribal.
I
That's
like
cool,
it,
man.
I like anything.
I like that.
Yeah, monkeys, food. I like all the ones that no one plays.
This is the song of my people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I hate your deck.
Should we roll to see who goes first?
Let's do it.
Today's the day.
Today was the day.
Today
I got
was
one.
the day.
Ray wins.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
get her 7.
That's all I needed today. I'm good. Scooping. Take this away. Draw for turn. I'm gonna play Verdant Catacombs. I will tap it, crack it, sack it, lose a life, fetch something, and pass to you while I'm doing that.
Draw for my turn. You guys don't get to be monocolor anymore because I'm gonna play Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Everyone's got forests now. I will pass my turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play a mountain, pass.
All right, I draw for turn. Play a swamp and pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will
Remember you.
I'm gonna play Bloodstained Mire. I'll tap it for green, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then tap this. I'll play Genesis Chamber. It's an artifact that says whenever a non-token creature comes into play, if this is untapped, that creature's controller puts a 1/1 mirror artifact creature token into play. That'll be it for me. I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Ooh, that's a land. How about having some black with an Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth? So each land is a swamp. So now all lands are swamps and forests. Say less. I'm just gonna make it so he doesn't ever have to crack that.
Think they'll ever finish that cycle?
Probably not. Tap black and green for a Plague Stinger. 1/1 Phyrexian Insect Horror with flying. It has Infect. That's it. It's an Infector flying 1/1. And when Plague Stinger enters the battlefield, it will trigger the Genesis Chamber, and I will create a Mirror creature token. That's it, and I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a mountain forest swamp as my land for turn. You know,
One of the triumphs.
All that being said, I'll pay 2, cast a scroll rack. Artifact, I pay 1 generic and tap it, choose any number of cards in my hand and set those cards aside. Put an equal number of cards from the top of my library into my hand, then put the cards set aside this way on top of my library in any order. I will pass the turn after that.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. Play a swamp. I will cast a Blood Artist. You know, it's a vampire. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's a 0/1. I'm excited. You should be too.
Genesis Chamber trigger for everybody.
Bro, I love you. I get to sack stuff in this deck.
It's a race to see if I can
Oh,
kill you
it's
before
too
you
bad
can
they're
get-
not black creatures. Too bad they're colorless.
I know.
Because I get to gain life when they're a black creature specifically. And I'm only able to sack a black creature to draw a card. I can't sack artifact creatures. Ship it.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an Inventor's Fair for turn.
Okay, let's not forget those triggers.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 more artifacts, I gain a life. I can tap it, add a colorless, and then I can pay 4 colorless, tap it, sack it, 2 different artifact card, put it in my hand, then shuffle. And I can only do that if I control 3 more artifacts.
Hey guys, do y'all have any basics in your deck? Just wondering.
Do you have Blood Moon in there?
Of course he runs Blood Moon.
Trying to put it out there. I'm like, I look at what you guys are doing, and it's
I'm
like,
5
man,
colors, I'm
you're
not-
like one unlucky flip.
What? He's gonna play Blood Moon next turn.
Dude, what the hell? Don't blow up my lands.
He's not blowing up, he's not making them mountains.
I know.
I've spent all this time making them not mountains.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything except creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. You know? That's all.
I'm sweating
Mind
through my
games at
shirt.
work.
Tap for 3. I'll play Urtet. Whenever I cast a mirror spell, create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token. At the beginning of combat on my turn, untap each mirror I control, and then I can pay Wooburg and tap it, and put 3 +1/+1 counters on each mirror I control, and I can only do that during my turn. Trigger when he enters, Genesis Chamber sees it, and I make a way cooler mirror than the ones I gave you. I will pass the turn after that.
Can I see your mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, mirror pluralizes as mirror, right?
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like,
mirror.
can I see
Yeah.
your
It's,
mirror?
it's Mirai.
This is like Mir and Jason had a love child. This thing is
like a war
tight.
And Pinhead or something.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like the Legion of Doom mirror.
Yeah. What's up? He's cool.
You passing?
Passing turn.
Okay. Upkeep, untap, draw. I forgot how to say words. So you know what? I'm going to continue the cycle of not playing basic lands. Shattered Sanctum. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. I have 2 other lands. Ooh, do I want to be greedy or do I want to be like effective?
Greedy.
I would say greed usually is bad in Magic.
Then
Unless
I
you
will-
get lucky.
Really? Have we been doing it wrong?
Shoot. What do you mean?
You're shooting the shot.
He's gonna make him a mountain.
I'm gonna tap 3, and I'm gonna cast Icharats. Icharats is a 2/1 rat with Infect, and it has, when Icharat enters the battlefield, each player gets a poison counter.
Enters the battlefield.
I get a mirror.
You make another one.
If
love how
I
exciting
were to
it
get
is.
Massive proliferate.
cards, I could proliferate
Me.
your poison counters and not mine.
Yes, I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing a 1/1 mirror. Actually, no, I'm gonna swing both of these at you, Larry. So the
He
one,
did talk about doing a turn.
that's
two
that's
Ulamog.
that's what
And
we're talking about. And the
threatened to blood
moon.
moon.
Yep.
Turn 2 has come and gone.
Well,
Turn
you know
3
what?
Ulamog.
Turn 3 to Ulamog is only slightly better. So it's gonna be a 1/1 in the air infect, and then just a 1/1 mirror.
So I'll
Larry's
take
like-
1 here, and then I get 1 more infect.
He's like, I shouldn't have told him about the turn 2 Ulamog.
I will pass the turn.
That's the saltiest I've seen Sean since he was in the Dead Sea.
That's not the saltiest I've seen Sean. I've known Sean a long time. Untap, upkeep, draw.
You should have seen Larry do his turn 1 Ulamog. That's what got Sean fired up.
I'll play a mountain.
They don't match.
No. Tap the scroll rack. I set away 5. And
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna pay 2 and cast an Everflowing Chalice. Kicked once. Everflowing Chalice has multi-kicker. For 2, it enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. And I can tap it to add 1 generic to my mana pool for each charge counter on it. So it has 1 charge counter on it. I pass the turn after that.
Yes, untap. Draw for turn. I am not going to be able to keep my continuity. I'm gonna tap 3. I'm gonna cast Ayara. First Alokwen, because she has now entered the battlefield. She sees herself. I will gain a life. You each will lose a life. Trigger Genesis Chamber. I will get a second mirror. One of them will be Summoning Sick. She unfortunately only sees black creatures, so I do not get a trigger. You will not lose life, and I won't be able to sack it.
3 out of 4 of us would say fortunate.
So I believe I'm going to ship the turn to Mr. Raymond.
Untap. Upkeep. Inventor Fair triggers. I'm going to gain 1 life because I control 3 more artifacts. effects.
Thank you for remembering your triggers.
I got you. Draw.
And thank you everyone at home who remembers their triggers.
Yeah. I will play a Xander's Lounge tapped per turn. I will tap 3. I will play Mirror Welder. It's a 1/4 mirror. It has imprint. I can tap it and exile target artifact card from a graveyard. And Mirror Welder has all activated abilities of all cards exiled with it.
Cast trigger.
Cast trigger. I make.
Before it hits the battlefield.
Yep. I make a mirror. ETB. Genesis Chamber sees it. I make another mirror.
So it's just both 1/1 mirrors?
Yep.
It's the same mirrors in here.
I decided that my mirrors' names are Randy and Steve.
These are all like Bruce's for sure. It's got Bruce energy.
Let a mirror, dude.
Yeah. Yep. I passed the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
There you go.
Thank you.
I'm helping you. Gotta put this 2 over here in my mirror.
For my land for turn, I'm gonna play Ioganjo, Seat of the Empire. Cool, it taps for all of my colors for now.
And that's from the new Kamigawa.
It's a legendary land, it'll tap for white, and it has channel for 2 into white where I discard it. It deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, and it costs 1 less for each legendary creature I control. Right now, it taps for 3 colors, and that's really what matters.
Cool.
Do I want to be greedy? Yeah, I want to be greedy this time.
Let's see your greed.
So I'm going to tap black, green, and green, and I'm going to cast Infectious Inquiry. It is a sorcery that reads, you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter.
So we all get 1 more?
So you guys, I don't. So each of you gets a poison counter. I draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Basically, Sign in Blood, but better because it gives you poison counters. Pay 1 white mana and cast an Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel reads, whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. He is currently a 1/1.
Trigger.
Triggering the Genesis Chamber, creating yet another mirror. Move to Le Combat. Both of these infect creatures at you, Larry. So that is 3 infect coming at you.
Okay.
That is all I am able to do, so I will send it.
I'll untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a mountain as my land for turn. I'll pay 3 and cast a Seething Song, untaxed. So you get to draw a card.
Awesome.
I make 5 mana. I will spend that 5 mana on Hour of Devastation.
Oh shit.
All creatures lose indestructible until end of turn. Hour of Devastation deals 5 damage to each creature and each non-Bolas planeswalker.
That's on the stack.
Yeah.
I can't tap because it does as summoning sickness. No.
It do.
Shooby-dooby.
It do be like
How
that.
many creatures are dying?
I know you're upset about your board dying.
I know, but you're not dying from infect. I get it.
Nobody's dying from infect right now.
You're close.
And he's
You're
not.
for her. You're
and
for
he's
her.
not drawing cards.
Correct.
And Ray's not mashing us with.
You casted Hour of Devastation. You're doing
did.
5 damage to each creature,
Yes.
and they lose indestructibility. I pass priority. Well, how many creatures? 15?
Yes.
So 15 creatures are dying, so I'm going to be able to do 15 damage and gain 15 life.
You would be a fool to do all of that to me.
You'd be a fool to do all that to me.
You'd be a fool to do all that to me.
It sounded good when Larry said it. It sounded weak when I said it.
It didn't feel like the kind of phrase that bore repeating.
Board wipe happens, right? Yeah.
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 Here's your mirror.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
I'll just do 5 to each player. So I
respect
spread it out equally.
Yeah.
And then I gain 15.
It doesn't help against infect.
I'll pay 2 and cast Otepec Huntmaster. 1/2 human shaman. Dinosaur spells cost 1 less to cast. Has the ability to tap target dinosaur, gains haste until end of turn. This is the only deck that this card goes into.
No, Gazette.
Yeah, because
Gazette likes this as well.
Yeah, sure.
so is this deck a dinosaur tribal, or is he,
No,
is he
it's
the
just
only
this.
dinosaur in the deck?
I think there can only be one.
Atali's the only dinosaur in the deck.
100% is. I guarantee you. Are you passing after that?
Yeah, I pass.
Okay,
hold on.
I think he is. I forgot.
Oh, mirror, cast.
Yeah, I do
trigger.
get a mirror.
Mirror ETB
Mirror.
trigger.
Hey, since you're not going to cast your commander right away, can I use the dope mirror?
Actually, you know what? Yes.
Oh, he wants the good-looking mirror token. All right, I
pass.
untap, upkeep, draw. Really continue to disrupt the sanctity.
Ooh.
That is a good-looking swan.
Tap 4, cast Aetherflux Reservoir. Let me have Larry read it.
Serbatoio di Eterflusso. Artefatto. Ogni qualvolta lanci una magia, guadagni 1 punto di vita per ogni magia che hai lanciato in questo turno. And then the good part, paga 50 punti vita, il serbatoio di Eterflusso infligge 50 danni a una creatura o a un giocatore bersaglio. Yeah, so Aetherflux Reservoir, 4 CMC artifact. Whenever you cast a spell, gain 1 life for each spell you've cast before it this turn.
Pay 50 life, Aether Flux Reservoir deals 50 damage to target creature or player. But yeah, I got this in Italy. My Italian Aether Flux Reservoir. I pass it to him.
Okay.
My Italian Death Star.
It's just one big pizza. Just floating at us. A big meatball.
That's a cannoli.
Untap, upkeep, cry. I will pay 3. I will play Chromatic Lantern. Lands I control have tap, add 1 mana of any color, and then this taps and adds 1 mana of any color.
Blood Moon proof, bro.
Right
I
on.
was say that
I was on a mission trying to get there. Tap 1, tap 2, play Mirror Sire. It's a 1/1. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token onto the battlefield. ETB trigger. I don't get Bruce, I'll get Larry.
That being said,
Yeah.
Low rent
you know,
district.
You can have Larry.
yeah, bro. I'm gonna make a bunch of fucking Larrys over here.
I get Bruce. And that will be the end of my turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I speak English
You did
decently.
it.
Land for turn will be an Uncharted Haven. It will enter tapped, and I will select white. So I'm going to tap 4, 1 for each color, and then a random color, and I will cast Ixhel, Scion of Atraxa. Legendary Phyrexian Angel, 2/5, flying, vigilance, and toxic 2. Everyone knows what toxic is, correct? So toxic, the creature deals damage to you, but no matter how strong, it still does 2 poison counters because it's
Poison
toxic
counters
are the same as
add
infect.
on top of this
Yes,
to
sir.
an 8.
Because it's a poison counter. All infect is just poison counters. Whatever her damage is, you take the life damage, and then you get 2 poison counters. And she also has corrupted. At the beginning of my end step, each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters, which is currently Larry, exiles the top card of their library face down. I may look at and play the cards that are face down for as long as they remain exiled, and I can spend mana as if it was mana of any color to cast those spells.
ETB trigger.
ATB, I get a mirror.
get
This one's Larry as well. At the beginning of my end step, if there's no response, you exile it face down and I can look at it.
Oh, he probably knows what it is. Did he?
Yeah, I'm a little miffed.
I was hoping it was the blood moon. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, or I'll play a mountain. I'll pay 5, cost reduction, cast Etali, make another mirror. I will then tap Otepec Huntmaster and grant Etali haste until end of turn. I am going to declare the battle.
Just remember who gave you all this poison.
So I can respond to my own Etali trigger by scroll racking. Michael, I'll attack you. Etali trigger on the stack. I'll hold priority and activate scroll rack for 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna do you guys like that.
Is it blood?
Yeah. Mike, I'm attacking you. Everybody exile the top card of their library.
Attack trigger.
You get to see it.
Kaya's Ghost Form. Terrible for us.
A mirror.
I got a swamp, so you don't get the swamp because it's cast, right?
Hovermere, flying and vigilance.
ETB, you get a thing.
Kaya's Ghost Form, enchant creature or planeswalker you control. When enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control.
Wonderful.
And off of my library, I get Passionate Archaeologist. Commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. So the spells all get cast at the same time. Passionate Archaeologist does not trigger off of the other spells cast. Lynch, you have a 6/6 coming at you.
Take 6.
Pass the turn after that.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I will play my other basic that will match. So now I have 2 matches and a non-match in the middle. So at least for OCD people, we can feel like there's some balance to the world. I guess I'm just gonna do this. I'll pay 5. Recast Ayara. I want her back. This is her deck. She needs to be in control. On cast trigger from Ayara, I gain 1 life from Aether Flux. When she ETBs, I get a mirror, and you guys each lose a life, and I gain a life. Then I have Summoning Sickness, so I pass a turn.
Untap, upkeep, Inventor's Fair trigger. Then I will draw.
He doesn't care about board wiping now, because Kaya will just bring it back.
I will play Urtet one more time.
Now I'm definitely board wiping.
ETB trigger, this is a Summoning Sick mirror. His cast, I make another mirror. That's what it is.
You got there.
I got there. Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna tap this for green. Cast Venerated Rot Priest. It is a 1/2 Phyrexian Druid with Toxic 1, and it reads, whenever a creature I control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter.
You get a mirror.
And I get a mirror, thank you. Tap 4, tapping out, and one of them will be for green, the rest don't matter. And I will cast Expand the Sphere. Expand the Sphere is a sorcery that reads, look at the top 6 cards of my library, put up to 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest at the bottom of my library in a random order. If you put fewer than 2 land cards onto the battlefield this way, proliferate a number of times equal to the difference. Basically, I'm going to look at the top 6 cards. If I have 2 lands, I can put them on the battlefield tap. Otherwise, they go on the bottom of my graveyard, and I proliferate however many times I didn't do it, so up to 2. So I'm going to look at the top 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to proliferate twice. Go ahead and draw a single land. So I'm going to proliferate twice, so each of you are going to go up by 2, get 2.
Are we friends?
Everyone's proliferating.
Are we proliferating this?
Yeah, I'll proliferate that.
I like that.
Everyone
2
needs
away from dying.
move to combat. I will hit you, Mr. Mir, with my 2/5 Flying Vigilance Toxic 2. She's vigilant, so she doesn't tap. And then I will move to my end step, and each of you have more than 3 counters, so I get the top card of each of your libraries.
If it's something good, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, at least Larry knows what his was.
don't
Mine might have been
know.
sick.
I really don't like what you're doing here.
Me neither.
Joe, I feel like I'm probably dead next turn, unless you can't cast spells. I feel like I'm really sorry that you'll probably end up being collateral damage here.
Just an innocent witness.
It's a movie title.
I'm just a bystander.
Yeah, you're definitely getting bystander vibes right now. I'm sorry.
Is the blood moon coming
Just
out?
call me an NPC. Does that just happen?
Well, no, you're still gonna have a board.
yeah.
That's gonna happen. I'll pay 1, activating Scroll Rack for 3, declare the battle.
Hell yeah.
Mike, the Hovermere is coming at you.
For how much?
It's 1 vigilance in the air.
Well, we're going to trigger because Etali is going to attack first.
Yes. Etali and 3 Mir are going to be going at you.
On trigger of attack, we all reveal. Ooh, you're getting Nashi?
You're getting the Infested Flesh Cutter.
You're getting anointed procession.
And I'm casting Ruination off of my library.
What does that do?
That is destroy all non-basic lands. Each spell I cast is going to trigger Passionate Archaeologist, and that will deal damage.
Casting it?
I get Nashi, Moonsage's Scion. Whenever Nashi, Moonsage's Scion deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of each player's library. Until end of turn, you may play one of those cards. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost.
I was trying to do what your deck does a little bit, you know. I wanted to play with some of your cards. Now I can't.
This is going to deal 3 damage to Lynch.
Ouch.
And Infested Flesh Cutter. 2 CMC artifact, equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Equip for 1 white and 2 generic. On cast, this 2 is going to go at you, Joe. I cast Anointed Procession. Enchantment, if an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. Here come more Mir. That's going to deal 4 damage to Joe. And then I'm going to cast Ruination, destroying all non-basic lands and dealing 4 damage to Lynch.
And those all landed together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Nashi creates a mirror, it's going to make 2 mirrors?
No, because anointed procession had to be out first for.
I could have stacked that differently, but that's okay.
It's been real.
Yeah.
Yo.
See you in like 3 turns.
Why you gotta do me like that?
I mean, you still have the
You did him
possibility
like
of
that.
killing him, though. I mean, unless you can.
I'm still dead to some things. I'll pay 1 and cast a Sensei's Divining Top. I'll activate the Divining Top to draw a card.
Hop and scroll rack.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
I'll pay 3 and cast Seize the Spoils. It's a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, I discard a card. It'll be a mountain. Draw 2 cards and create a treasure token.
And you're gonna create 2 treasure tokens.
Stack.
2 treasures, drawing 2 cards, playing a mountain as my land for turn, paying 1 for Divining Top, and passing the turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw.
The pace of play goes crazy. I like it.
What?
Oh, no,
Your pace
I'm
is
so
right.
sorry. We have to back up. You declared attackers, but we never actually resolved
Yeah, we never
attacks.
even got through combat.
Oh.
3 Mir and Etali.
And they're 1/1s.
Yeah,
Okay.
3/1/1
So-
Mir, and then the Hover Mir was going at you.
So I'm gonna
I'll take
block-
1.
I'm gonna block Etali with the 1/1 mirror right here. And he'll die. And then I will block one of the mirrors with my 1/2. I'll block another one with my 2/5, and then I'll just take one.
Okay. So I now have 2
And
total
then
mirror.
I will,
one
and I took
tapped.
one, and then, yeah. And I have 1 mirror gone. And now we're through combat, and you can do what you just did.
I'm gonna play.
Goodness gracious. Commit to a theme.
So I'm gonna tap the 1 swamp for a Soul Ring. Gain 1 life because I cast a spell.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast Haunt to the High Tower. Cast trigger. Gain 2 life. Aether Flux. Flying. Whenever Haunt to the High Tower attacks, defending player discards a card. Whenever a card is put into opponent's graveyard from anywhere, put a +1 counter on Haunt to the High Tower. Currently, it's a flying, lifelink, 3/3 vampire. On ETB, I gain a life and you each lose a life.
And you did gain, you're supposed to gain 2 life.
You're supposed to gain 2 life.
He already
I thought I did that
Yeah,
already.
he did that already.
We're good now?
Yeah.
ETB trigger, make a mirror.
Mirror, 2 mirrors. I pass the turn. Ship it. Ready.
Untap. 1 artifact. Upkeep.
It's a really good artifact.
Draw.
Well, at least I know you guys won't take very long on your turn.
Watch this. I will play Wooded Foothills.
You're so smart.
Look at me go. Rebuilding my board. I will
Proud
pay
of you.
2. I will play Plague Mirror. It's a 1/1 infect, and I can tap it for colorless. Cast trigger, make a mirror. ETB trigger, make a mirror.
Ray, I'm sorry I wrathed all your lands.
No, it's okay.
Are you sorry you wrapped all my lands?
I'm not sorry.
Go ahead. Your turn.
Untap all my lands. Upkeep. Draw.
You need to be prepared for this.
Yeah. You didn't game plan for
Scary Larry
Ruination?
just blew up all your lands.
Play a mana crypt.
Son of a bitch.
And then,
Feeling way less bad.
No,
then-
it's my mana crypt. I can't
then
catch a
I'm
break.
gonna play a Nykthos Shrine of Nyx as my land for turn.
Oh, you took my Nykthos.
Yeah, I did.
Pip pip hooray.
How about Mirror?
Seems that Ruination set you back just enough. Here I was
Just
thinking
enough.
it sent you back to the Stone Age.
It almost did.
Yeah, commit.
I'll tap 3 generic and cast Sword of Truth and Justice. It reads, equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and blue. Great right now. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control, then proliferate. That would have been helpful last turn. So I'm going to move to the Wombats, and I'm going to swing Ixhel at you. That's a 2/5 Toxic 2 in the air. So you take 2.
It's Vigilant?
Yes, it's a flying vigilant Toxic 2. It's a good card. I'm gonna move to my end step, and when I make my end step, I get the top card of each of your libraries.
I'll respond to that trigger by activating Sensei's Divining Top.
Smart.
That's a good plan.
I can't respond, so you'll take mine.
I shan't be responding. Just
I'm not gonna look at it until I get his, so that in case there's anything weird.
I'll be your homie.
I appreciate you. Is it the
that?
Blood Moon?
Is it a land?
Untap,
Take it away, Lair Bear.
untap, upkeep, draw,
That is a healthy board state, even though you're not healthy with your infect.
pay 3, and cast Jessica's Will.
I have 3 cards in hand.
I have 5.
I have 4.
Okay, I'll gain 5 red mana and exile the top 3 cards of my library.
Because Jessica's will hit your graveyard, I will trigger Haunt to the High Tower, which will give a +1 counter.
I'll play a mountain. I'll pay 1 and cast Soul Ring. I'll ping you for 1, Joe. Pay 4 of this mana and cast Vance's Blasting Cannons. That is the 3rd spell I've cast this turn, so this will not, in effect, transform Vance's Blasting Cannons. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, you may cast that card this turn. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell in a turn, you may transform Vance's Blasting Cannons.
Gotcha.
I'll deal 4 damage to you with Vance's Blasting Cannons, Joe. I have 1 mana remaining. I'll use that 1 mana to activate Sensei's Divining Top.
I will top and think.
I'll pay 3 and cast Descent into Avernus from exile. Enchantment, at the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and Descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. I will deal 3 damage to you, Michael Lynch.
I take 3.
I'll declare battle. Hovermere is going at Ray. Nashi and the Mir Squad and Etali are going at Michael Lynch. Etali triggers. I'm going to hold priority and activate Divining Top.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew that was there. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Flip it?
Yep, flip it.
Grave Pact. Oh,
Rogue's
gross.
Passage.
Gross. So gross.
No, I can't use the Rogue's Pact.
I know, but I could have.
Yeah, that would have killed me.
That's the point.
Grave Pact and Galvanic Relay.
Grave Pact. Whenever a creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, each other player sacrifices a creature.
Galvanic Relay, exile the top card of your library. During your next turn, you may play that card. Has Storm.
Oh, God.
Yeah. 5, and then, so this one will be 6. So I'll exile the top 6 cards of my library. Grave Pact on cast trigger will hit Mike for 4. Galvanic Relay on cast trigger will hit Mike for 3.
That's rough.
That's really rough.
I have coming at you, Michael, 2 1/1 Mir, Etali, and Nashi. And then the Hover Mir is going at Ray.
I'll block and kill Nashi with my Haunt to the High Tower. That'll just be it. I'll just block Nashi with my High Tower.
Nashi dies, everyone. You'll be taking 8.
And because Nashi
Nashi
dies,
dies,
each of us
Grave
has
Pact
to sack
trigger.
a creature. I'm going to
Oh,
sack.
sorry. Galvanic Relay, we forgot to storm this out. So I exile the top card of my library. During my next turn, I may play it. 5, 6.
There you go.
So I have Abrade, Anger, Scourge of the Throne, Mana Vault, Mind Stone, and Vandal Blast. And during my next turn, I may cast them from exile with Galvanic Relay.
But you're going to have to sack one.
I'm gonna sack this mirror token.
You're going to sack.
Sack a mirror token.
This is only going to get 2 +1 counters. I'm going to sack a mirror, but that doesn't trigger this.
Yes. So that's never hits his graveyard. It hits yours. So it only gets 2.
Okay. Block something differently, but it's fine.
Then I'll pay 1 and activate Sensei's Divining Top.
Do a take back, Chip.
I'll activate the Divining Top to draw a card. Then I'll pay 2 and cast Lightning Greaves.
already been
Then
in
I'm
battle.
going to equip the Lightning Greaves to the Hovermere.
You.
I do pass now.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
I'll make fun of you.
I'm just sad. Oh my god, pick a set.
Tap 2 black and the Soul Ring. I'm going to cast Yawgmoth, Grand Physicians. First spell of this turn, I gain a life, Aether Flux. It enters the battlefield. I trigger this. I get a mirror. Ayara sees it. I gain a life. Each of you lose 1 life. I'll just do it. That's everything that happens right away. Yawgmoth, Grand Physician. Legendary creature, human cleric. Protection from humans. Pay 1 life. Sacrifice another creature. Put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature and draw a card. I can also pay 2 black, discard a card, and proliferate. If you're mean to me, I can literally destroy you right now, Larry.
Hey.
I could literally kill him.
You wanna work together here?
That's the question is, do I just kill him by proliferating
I'm
him?
telling you this right now. The answer from every time I've ever seen this man play Magic. Yes! Look at this!
He's hiding his face from me right
Do
now.
it!
He's hiding his face. He's
Kill
like,
him!
please don't kill me. You know what? Maybe
Yeah,
you're
Etali has survived all game.
Okay.
I cast him with
I think
haste.
this is what we're gonna do.
Following
then.
a board
This is
wipe.
terrible.
And
You
just-
can also
You blew up
Toss
lands.
-1.
That's it.
I think it's always correct to let your subsequent opponents work on killing the preceding opponent for you.
I hear you, and I will assess the war state's information. I'm going to pay 1 life.
Okay.
I'm going to sack a creature,
Sure.
a mirror. Put a -1/-1 counter on your dude. I actually have a -1 counter.
Sweet.
Because I put a -1 counter on it, I draw a card.
Yes.
I played a land for turn because you made fun of me.
Yes.
I'm then going to go ahead and pay 2.
Okay.
I'm going to discard a land. I will proliferate.
Proliferate yourself.
Not proliferating myself. Proliferate this 3 to 4.
And that -1 counter.
And I'll proliferate that -1 counter.
And this charge counter?
I'll proliferate the charge counter.
Yeah, it's not
Larry.
going to cost you anything. You're about to kill
No,
me.
it's not. It's not.
You should just kill him.
I'm then.
You can kill both of them, actually.
Pay another life.
Okay.
Put a -1 counter on this. I draw a card. I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna discard Finale of Eternity. Larry read me earlier correct about having somewhat of a board wipe that I was gonna try to remove his Etali. But no removal is better than player removal. I will discard that and then proliferate.
Okay. So
I know, I'm sorry, you die. And I will proliferate. This will go to 5. And I will proliferate both of these, so that'll go to 3, and this will go to 2.
that dies.
That dies. And then because that dies, this will also see that, and this will go to 6.
It's been
I
real,
really
brother.
needed that spell.
So this Grave Pact, because you cast it, goes in my graveyard?
It gets exiled.
It gets everything gets exiled.
Yeah, I needed Invoke Calamity so that I could kill his commander.
That's the
and
first card I
haunt
took
of-
was Invoke Calamity, but the problem was that I didn't have a second. You blew up my lands.
Yeah.
So you?
That means I get
Oh,
this,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, and this. Oh wait, no.
No, he's there.
'cause you're
That's
still there.
me! I'm the one giving you land.
Yes!
Let's see if I can kill you, though.
Probably.
So now you just have the one dude who's a...
He's a
not
0/2.
He's a 0/2.
Technically a -1/2.
I had 3 mirrors, right?
Yeah, and you sack 2.
So I have the one left, right? I didn't forget to do the mirror triggers. I'm going to go to combat.
Sure.
And swing out. I
Okay.
can't swing with Yawgmoth because I just cast him, but I will hit. Now, on attack trigger, you discard a card.
I will never cast this card this game, so I'm gonna discard Elish Norn.
Because a card hit your graveyard, this will go to 7.
Okay.
Because it was at 6. So I'm gonna do 10 damage to off the haunt, and then, or are you gonna block the haunt with your big guy?
No.
Sorry.
Then I will block the mirror to not take that 1 damage. The mirror doesn't die because I have 0 power right now.
Correct.
I'll take 12 damage.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll take 12 and go down to 5.
And I gain 10.
Okay.
Larry hit you for so much. How are you still at 44?
Because he keeps because of Aetherflux.
Gaining life.
I actually know why, but I'm just mad.
Black life game, bro. I
damn it.
love it.
All right.
And I'll ship the turn to you, sir.
Okay.
We'll
Draw.
keep it fast.
Play my land for turn. It's gonna be Cave of the Frost Dragon. Currently control less than 2 lands, so
Yeah.
it comes in untapped. I will tap 2, and I will move to equip Sword of Truth and Justice to my commander. And then I will move to combat, and I will hit you for 1 damage. It's a 2/5. It gets +2/+2. 1 damage to you, which will give you 2 more infect counters.
So I can't block, so I'm gonna take 2 infect and 1
then,
damage.
on combat damage, I'm going to just take off one of these 1/1 counters because I have because it triggers the sword. So then I'm gonna put the 1/1 counter on it, and I'm gonna proliferate the 1/1 counter
You
that
can't proliferate 1 counter because all the 1/1 counter is going to do is remove a -1 counter.
That's fine.
I'm
gonna
pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah.
We can call Eiley because what happens is there's 3 -1 counters.
Yes.
You put a 1/1 counter, so it goes to -2.
Yes.
So you still have 2 minus counters. So you don't have a +1 counter.
But I'm gonna proliferate your infect counter.
Oh, correct. I figured that.
Yeah.
So go to 7.
I will move to my end step, and I will take the top card of your library.
It's the commander.
Yeah.
And then my turn. Untap.
Give me a swamp, different set.
Draw. Oh, this will just be fun just to do it. Soul Ring, Swamp. I cast Fleshbag Marauder on the cast trigger for Aetherflux. I gain a life. On the ETB trigger, I gain a life. You lose a life. We will then each have to sack a creature.
I will sack Ixhel because I have no other choice.
Right. And I will sack my Fleshbag. Because your commander did hit the graveyard,
Yep.
this will see it. It'll go to 8. Just to put, I'm gonna keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For good measure, I will gain 2 life on the cast trigger of Wound Reflection. I will then go ahead and swing out. You discard a card.
So
This goes to 9.
I will discard the Viridian Corruptor that I was holding, hopefully to cast before, but I realized I needed 1 more green pip to cast it because that would have killed you.
That
It
would
was-
have killed me. You were so close. I
Yeah.
think this
It would've killed
damage
me.
gets through, yes?
In response,
in response. You're
I
dying.
will block with this Lolith Spider.
Oh, you took my Lola.
Yeah, you win.
Oh.
I took Veto. and
Can I
Lolith.
just say real quick? This card looks like somewhere between innocuous and like overcosted, and it ends up being kind of a house.
Yeah.
It's a beat. The
Like-
fact that it gets to attack and get the counter on it, and it being flying and lifelink, like this is definitely one of my finishers in this deck. I had this in my opening hand, so this was in my opening hand. This was in my opening hand, and then I had the Blood Artist. So this with 4 lands was my opening hand. And I was like, man, if I can just eventually get here, I'll be able to do okay.
I should have
Well,
killed
you sure did.
That was.
And then, but I was slow getting there. You board wiped, and I was really upset because then this was gone.
Guys, good game.
I
Good
still
game.
I really enjoyed seeing Etali. I'm glad I didn't get Ulamog turn 2. I mean, originally I didn't look like I was scary because Larry was over here being really scary, and I felt like I got to sneak in. I feel like that's one of the lessons of this game was because Larry got so scary, I got to kind of sneak in there.
So you guys never removed my commander.
So yeah,
I gave y'all fair warning around that.
Well, we had no way to remove it, and I didn't have enough land. I didn't have
those
enough mana to
statements
tap
were
in to do it.
made before the start of the game.
How was it come back on the show, man?
It was a lot of fun. My deck did, I think, slightly more than the last time.
You killed 2 people with your deck.
You killed 2 people with
Using
my
your
deck.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun. Definitely remembered why Infect has to be quick. There's nothing like you can't slow roll Infect. It's just you kill them or you die. I definitely enjoyed Slingers and Spells. Great playing with you. I've seen a lot of your stuff. Played with Ray again. You know, we played before, so that's great. So we just keep doing this stuff. Let's kick some ass.
I was out. You fun again?
Dude, listen. Just one time.
This
like,
is the first time your deck wasn't a threat at the table. I gotta say, you normally always have a deck that's a threat at the table. This has hurt your streak.
It's kind of
It was gonna be, I swear.
But your personality higher stays.
Yeah, exactly.
You stayed
I'm the
intact.
social media manager.
You stayed intact.
I'm gonna make 1 TikTok a day and lose first.
Dude, Larry, it was always great.
We lost at the same time.
True.
And this guy usurped the infect, which I'm kind of miffed about. I was like, I'm not dying to infect, which is why I wrathed all the lands, because I was like, this dude's just gonna like kill my thing and then I'm dead.
I
Like,
told you I wasn't.
And then I cast Yawgmoth and I can just proliferate.
yeah, dude, you drawing Yawgmoth, that was the win, dude. If you hadn't drawn Yawgmoth, I think I get another turn.
I wouldn't have drawn it
and
had
then
you taken my. Had he not taken my stuff and you not taken my stuff, I wouldn't have got there.
I
so you
promise
both are at fault for
you were
Yawgmoth.
tapped out basically. I had went in my hand to destroy the Greaves and the mirror, so you were dead. Regardless, you weren't untapping.
Credit to your deck that even like after getting all your lands wrathed, you were still going to be able to take me out and probably go on to win if he doesn't draw
If
Yawgmoth.
you had wrathed before I got them to 3 counters, the game was over because I had lands from you guys. That was it. That's the only play. He gave me 2 mountains. He purposely gave me 2. I stole his Calamity. 2 mountains afterwards.
The Calamity was big though, because I was going to use that to be able to instant speed board wipe like all the creatures.
Yep.
Dude,
or
your deck
cast
was
it for
impressive.
free.
I was so scared, and your board was just taking over. You did the classic Larry pop off, which was pretty amazing. I could not. I mean, it really did take 2 of us then to take you out. And the fact that you supercharged me by giving me creatures that I could sack.
We won.
Dude, no, you understand, those mirrors were great.
And the flying mirror kept him alive. So you're welcome.
You all are welcome.
Yeah, the flying mirror literally kept me alive.
MVP helper.
Yeah, so this is my first win. I'd like to thank all my fans. It's been really great.
Hey, if it makes you feel better,
It doesn't.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Hey, it was such a good game. I can't believe I was able to sneak away a win. My win was only because I wasn't the
Usurper.
threat. I usurpered, yeah, because
I
wasn't the
feel
threat.
cheated.
I got to sneak away. I got to definitely sneak away with that. Like, I was worried because when I lost her earlier, I kept debating, like, I almost did Wound of Reflection instead of Haunt to the High Tower, and then I needed to do Haunt to the High Tower. With that said, though, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Hey, every other Friday, don't forget to tune in. I'm usually in the live chat, so if you actually get to watch the premiere, which is always 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm in the live chat, so you get to chat with me and have a good time. And as always, as well, if you're a patron, which you see I got 2 patrons playing with us today, you got a chance to come be on the show. Plus, we always jam in our Discord, so it gets a chance where we get to play out and test out our decks in the Discord. So definitely check us out. And until then, see you every other Friday. Peace.
Полмесяца посмотри I Hate Your Deck. Новый сериал. Каждые 2 пятницы.
Rendez-vous tous les 2e vendredis pour I Hate Your Deck, I Hate Your Deck, I Hate Your Deck. Rendez-vous tous les 2e vendredis pour I Hate Your Deck.
If you want to support I Hate Your Deck, please consider joining our Patreon. It's an excellent community that we have built with people from around the world where we play Magic in our Discord using Spell Table. If you haven't had a chance to play online Magic yet, try out our Discord. It's a great community where people are gaming daily. And every Thursdays we have Commander Day where people play all day and night, but the community's gotten so big, Commander Day is almost every day at I Hate Your Deck. I Hate Your Deck would like to thank our sponsor, No Pulp Media. It's where we're shooting right now, and it's where a lot of people come to record music or do podcasts. So if you're looking to do that, check out No Pulp Media here in Long Beach. Hey, it's time for the Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Tanner Easton, Alex, and Tom Fletcher. Thanks, y'all. If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community.